So it's that time of the year again when I chat about how my video editing's been going and how much I've earned over the year. It's becoming a bit of a yearly thing. I do it because I feel like it can be a mysterious, like, unknown thing. Freelancing, video editing, money are all subjects that are very rarely talked about. So I think it's great to break down those barriers and tell like people who are just either becoming a video editor, you know, maybe they're struggling like I was at the start, to show a bit of transparency and what you can expect entering what can be a scary industry to enter. I can remember being that scared video editor, not knowing what to do, how much do I charge, how much do people earn from video editing, can I become a freelancer, can I become a full-time video editor, can I, you know, make it in a creative industry? So I want to break down some of those barriers today and just talk to you about, you know, how I'm finding it, how you might find it. I also think it's cool to see it from someone's perspective who hasn't, you know, is still on the journey, they haven't really made it. I'm not a Casey Neistat, a Peter McKinnon. I mean, it's only been 3 and a bit years and I've still got a lot more to learn. So I guess, where do we start? You know, what's changed from last year? I've now got rabbits. I've moved out into a new place, living on my own. I've missed my parents a lot, I missed drummer. And I have to do all this adult stuff like, you know, cooking, cleaning, doing the washing, all gets in the way of video editing, it does. I've edited lots and lots of videos this year. You can probably count the times I haven't opened Premiere Pro in a day, like, you know, on one hand. Nah, you know, a bit more than that, but I've edited a lot of videos. And just like I said in the first video and the second video, I still doubt myself massively. It's hard to know, like, when a video's good and when it's bad, because there's so many different styles, so many different opinions. You can show one video to one person and they love it, and then you can show one video to another person and they're like, oh, you know, I would change this, I would change that, I would change this. And as a video editor, you have to be like really good at taking feedback, because all the videos you post or you show to a client, they're all going to be judged and they're all going to be critiqued, and you know, people will say, oh, they're good, but there'll always be something that they want to change, because, you know, a video is really long and there's always going to be these small tweaks that need to be done, and you need to be good at taking that feedback and not take it to heart, which is something I used to do at the start. And you need to be like, oh, you know, I don't like this video again, but it's just the nature of video editing that you need to be able to take feedback and take it on, and, you know that it's not personal and it's just how to make the video better. But then I guess in a different way, I have started to like doubt myself less, because I know, like, when a video comes in, I know I can edit it and I know I can get it out because I've done it lots and lots of times before. So you do doubt yourself a tiny bit less once you've practiced and practiced and practiced and done it so many more times, so you know in your head, like, oh, it's a hard brief for this video, but I can do it because I've done so many more before and they've all gone out and the clients all liked them eventually. And I've got a Peaky Blinders trailer coming out next week.
By order of the Peaky Blinders.
It's taken me so long, and I've, you know, along the way, like, doubted whether it's good enough, whether it's like how I want it to be, and it's taken so long. But, you know, it could have been so much more simpler if I'd just done it straight away and not spent so much time looking at it. But hopefully you guys will like it. In the last video I mentioned a lot about, you know, finding clients on Reddit, and I do that slightly less now. I'm getting more of my clients off Instagram, Twitter and my website, people coming to me, which is great, and then also like returning clients, and then, you know, they want to use me again, which is great because you don't have to do any work to find clients. The least work you can do to find clients, the better. I also worry a bit that, like, I edit too much, you know. Will one day I be like, oh, you know, wish I hadn't have spent all of this time editing? But then on the other hand, I do like love it, and I'm getting like so much better at it, and it is a worthy skill, you know, that'll, you know, I can use in the future, and getting better and doing it more really does pay off. Like, some of the things I've got to do through video editing is amazing, and if I hadn't ever started video editing, I didn't video edit as much as I did, I wouldn't have got here. So I don't know, it's a hard one, isn't it, really? But I do absolutely love it. I've worked at like TK Maxx in the past. I worked like making circuit boards. I worked like designing cabinets at one point. I love like video editing way more than like any other job that I've ever done in the past, and I wouldn't, you know, change it for any other job really, unless, you know, that's not probably true, you know, footballer, that'd be pretty good, and 100 grand a week anyway. I love video editing. I love the creativity. I love that I don't, you know, have to just do one singular job over and over again, that I don't get to think about, like, what I do in the video edit really affects how the final video comes out. I get to tell a story, I get to be creative, I get to add a bit of visual flair. It's great. And yes, it's long hours sometimes, and it can be annoying, and clients can, like, you know, come back with a lot of feedback, and it's, you know, it comes with its flaws, like everything. Clients want a Hollywood movie for, you know, £20 an hour. And I guess moving on to 2022, well, we're in 2022, but I want to, like, take my video editing to the next level, learn more things, edit more, use After Effects more. I might even give Blender a go, you know, I'm not sure, but maybe. Okay, so enough walking down the canal. Now it's time for the thing you've all been waiting for. My earnings for 2021. I made this video last year, I'm making it again. This has been an interesting year, to say the least. A lot's changed for me, a lot's changed in the world. We've had a blimmin' pandemic still. When's that gonna go away? So all of that has affected my earnings differently. I've made big decisions that have affected my earnings, and I'm going to go through them all with you right now. So January, we started the year off with a bang, £3,500 in my very first month of the year. It was a bit of a fake £3,500, if you want to call it that, because a lot of the work was actually from December, and if you look back at the old video, I didn't earn very much in December, so a lot of that was unpaid invoices that were late that got paid to me in January, and then I had other earnings as well in January, and everything got paid to me at the same time. So that's why January is so big. I'd much rather than pay on time, you know, and have a consistent earnings all the way through the year, but it doesn't work out that way. And it is nice, you know, to have all that money come in at once. It does make you feel, you know, hey. On to February, I earned £1,650, a bit of a more normal month this one, very standard for like the work I'd been doing, a lot of repeat freelance jobs. It was an all right month, and when you compare that to what I was making, you know, in February the year before, very good. March, I made £1,700, and March was a big month for me because I made a big decision. I'd been doing a lot of repeat work for one client, and it is something that you don't really want to get into. If you can when freelancing, it's better to freelance for a lot of different people, because then if one falls away, then you still have the others, you know, left over. But if you're freelancing for one person, you have no income. And it turned out that that client that I'd been editing a lot of videos for, they offered me a full-time job there, working, you know, 5 days a week. And I decided to take it and become a full-time editor for this one client. I could still do freelance stuff on the side if I had enough time. I could still do Joe edits. So a lot of my time would be taken up with this full-time job, but then I could also do freelance stuff on the side. And that was my plan going forward, to carry on doing freelance stuff on the side and have a full-time job. Because I just lost a client in February, I had less freelance stuff coming in. It was just one client, and it made sense, especially with things still being a bit weird in the world with the pandemic. Are we gonna have another lockdown? Are people gonna stop making videos again, like happened last year? So I kind of didn't want myself to get stuck in that situation. It was the safe option, and I went with it. Let's carry on to see the earnings that I made in the next couple of months. So in April, I made £1,650, but I bought a PC. I really wanted to smash this editing and freelancing out the side. I had some consistent money coming in, so I thought it was a good time to invest in myself and get a new PC. It cost a lot of money, so yeah, I actually made a bit of a loss this month, but you know, it was worth it for the investment in my future. I could edit videos faster, I could edit more videos, everything would just work slicker, you can learn more because I'm not waiting for things to render for ages, not waiting for like exports to crash and everything. So I could learn more stuff, do jobs faster, and in the end, do more freelance work. However, even though my intentions were to do lots of freelance jobs, that really didn't materialize in the next 3 months. I tried my hardest to find clients. I just didn't have the time to find clients, and I hadn't really kind of got into the swing of like the new full-time job and how to, you know, best use my time doing the full-time job and how to best use my time freelancing. And so for the next 3 months, I only earned £1,650. I say only, like it shows the improvement from last year, because those are some of my lowest earning months. Whereas like in 2020, that would have been a really good month for me, and I've been really happy with that. So it does show the progression, which is interesting. I think everyone as a video editor, you get like your level, and that slowly goes up, whether that's like, you know, the standard that you edit to a video, the amount of money you want to get in a month, the amount of money you want to charge per hour for a job. And like, as you get better and better, it's only natural that that will increase. And I guess that's what kind of happened with me. In August, all my looking for clients and everything paid off, because I earned £3,700. I kind of just got into the swing of things. I managed to find a new client that was really good and worked really well. We both did some great work together, and yeah, it was just good stuff. September, I earned £1,710. Not too bad, a couple of small jobs in there. They were the perfect kind of things to just fit around the full-time job. It was an interesting experience having a full-time job and freelancing, because you could be a lot more picky with the stuff you do. So you could make sure that the freelance jobs are real quality things that you wanted to do, would further your portfolio, because there was no longer the mad rush to find any kind of work. Really did enjoy that about having a full-time job and freelancing. October, £1,890, slightly better than September. As I said, you know, small jobs, working away, chipping away. November, £1,730. One thing that I was finding was having a full-time job really did hold me back from fully committing to those big projects, because I just didn't have the time anymore. Like 30 to 40 hours of my week were taken up with a full-time job. You know, if I really wanted to commit to a big job, had to be, you know, evenings, weekends, and sometimes I did do that, but it wasn't really something that I wanted to do like all the time. However, December, you know, Christmas is coming, gonna have to pay tax in January. It's an expensive time. I decided I was gonna put a few more hours into freelancing, say yes to those bigger jobs, and I earned £2,490. And that is my earnings for 2021. It was a big improvement on the year before, massive improvement. Obviously my earnings this year are a lot more consistent because of taking on the full-time work. It really does depend whether that suits you. Having a full-time job definitely like limits my earnings, and my earnings can't, you know, increase massively each month. However, it means I have more time, because I don't have to spend loads of time looking for extra clients. So that does mean that I've got more time to make these videos about editing on my YouTube channel, which is something I've really enjoyed, and that's why we're going for a video every single week of 2022, every Thursday at 6 p.m. Let me know what you think about this video in the comments. Did it help you? Did you know, break down some barriers? Did you find out things you didn't know about freelancing, video editing, and money? As I said before at the start of the video, it is a strange industry that people don't talk about these kind of things. I hope that I can break down some of these barriers for you guys. So if you did like it, remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and hit that notification bell if you want to get notified every Thursday when I upload. And I'll see you next week for another video.